Any other questions?
Yes, and on that note, Deborah had asked, and obviously Cardi Miracle having so many great nutrients, how can it help, how can it affect other issues like depression or arthritis?
Hey, you know what's really exciting about that, Josh? I just had a call yesterday from a lady that I'd met in Dallas through CC Blakeman with the federal feds, and she was talking about, of course, when you lose a loved one through COVID, you go through a lot. There's a lot of grieving. There's a lot of loss. Very, very sad situation, which I can't believe anybody would be possibly, prepared for. But what she told me is she said, I've only been on this product because I was really pushing it, with this whole wonderful organization of people that support one another. And I said, why don't you start taking that? You're taking it a couple times a day. Why don't you increase that to 4 and see how you feel? And she called me back yesterday. She said, you know what? The only way I can describe it is it's like I went and pulled all the shades up in my house. And she
Wow.
said, I basically feel different. And this is only a couple of weeks of taking it 4 times a day. So I think when you listen to Dr. Avery Jackson and Stan Graham that did the paper on the brain health and Cardi Miracle, and our veterans and PTSD, and how Dr. Avery explains how the nutrients cross the blood-brain barrier and actually start to work in the brain, and that our brain is as vascular as the rest of it. So there's hundreds of tiny little microscopic veins and arteries and capillary beds in our head. So that's so important. Sometimes when you think, oh, I get tired or maybe weepy, or you just feel like you don't have any energy, sometimes that's your brain not getting enough oxygen. And so what carries oxygen? Your blood. So when you take Cardi Miracle, crosses the blood-brain barrier, increases the blood flow to your head, you automatically feel like you're more awake, you're more alive, you feel like you have more energy. So I think I just really want to encourage everyone. If you're finding that, I'm just having an off day, or maybe you have an overwhelming amount of sadness or whatever it might be, please take more of the product, because you just touched on the lion's mane. The lion's mane is also excellent for brain health. And then also with inflammation, you're going to start lowering your inflammatory markers so that you won't feel achy. You won't feel like, you can't get through your day. So there's a lot of attributes definitely to that. Does that make sense?
I love it. Yes, totally. It's awesome. And that's John does talk about that. My dad, he talks about the many capillaries in your brain, and
Right.
how those are all being opened up and given oxygen, and it's a vasodilator.
Yeah.
So it's opening up and expanding, and that's the beauty, is like, I love the analogy of opening up all the drapes in your house and having the sun come in. It's like,
I
I'm
know.
alive, finally. It's like,
Yeah.
it's unbelievable. It's
But
really
if you
good.
go back before we answer the next question, but if you go back to how we were designed as human beings, we're supposed to walk every once in a while in the grass. We're supposed to be able to run without getting tired. We're supposed to be able to move about. And it's because of, Bobby Kennedy's talking about it right now, left and right, educating people on them. When you eat food that is loaded with chemicals and toxins, where do you think the chemicals and toxins go? Most of the time, they cross the blood-brain barrier as well. So now
Yeah.
you have toxins in your brain, and you have toxins throughout your body, and they're preventing you from having ultimate health. So here we are, right? After all the insults to our body and our mankind in the last 3.5, 4 years, and people are desperately looking for the answers. So I also want to challenge everybody out there. If you know one or two people out there that might not be feeling 100% or having some challenges, please share this message with them, because that's John's goal, is to heal the hearts of mankind everywhere. And of course, it's our goal too. So please share it with as many people as you possibly can.